you have a neurospicy brain, but you try to come across as being normal.
We become what we do rather than who we are.
Research shows that women with ADHD report much higher rate of burnout and exhaustion.
I can't explain it other than taking a pill that stopped everything else. I had one train track thoughts, which was nuts.
It's all about burnout, ADHD, and ditching the hustle badge.
What I was going to say as well, it's just go for a walk, go to the gym. I don't speak to no one in the gym, mate.
Exhaustion just shouldn't be a personality trait.
Welcome to Curveball the podcast. I'm Kaylee.
And I'm Soph. We're two curve models in our 30s, and we're turning life's curveballs into conversations that matter.
I feel like a posh totty.
Please start it with that.
With my outfit.
Are you ready?
I feel like a posh totty.
Just say that again.
What do you mean? Feel like a posh totty.
Why do you feel like a posh totty? What do you even mean by that?
The only way I can describe it is my outfit. So you need to watch the video, guys.
You do look like you're about to lead a meditation retreat.
Do you think so?
I think that's what
I
you're
feel
giving.
like I'm about to go and take my child to private school.
Do you wearing that? With foundation on your knee?
Oh, well, you can't see that. For fuck's sake.
Also, guys, I am having an absolute meltdown because Soph, the perfectionist, I've written, and again, you need the video for this, but I've written one of my pages of notes upside down, and Kaylee just told me, and I've literally nearly cried.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really not that deep. Anyway,
It's really not that deep.
You do it every time, but
Yeah, but I've
different.
learned to hide it. Actually, let's just go back onto this. We were just laughing about when we did season 1. And like, obviously we love season 1.
We were learning,
but we had a few videos where you can see that the microphone isn't even plugged in.
I don't know if you got a word of that. She said there's a few videos where you can see that the microphone's not plugged in. Because the sound, we had to use the lapels. But then we wanted these for the visual. But it is actually really funny because you can just see the wire.
Yeah. And we
The
didn't even
content was
realise.
there. It got us to season 2.
Exactly. It was amazing.
And now
It
we're
was
in
a
the amazing studio.
freaking fantastic job.
With a producer.
that.
We're smashing it. Anyway, today's episode
Yes.
is a really good one. It's all about burnout, ADHD, and ditching the hustle badge. So I want to talk about burnout and why being busy is like this badge of honor at the moment, or for the last however many years. But I feel like, especially when we look at ADHD in women and why there's that link with exhaustion and how exhaustion just shouldn't be a personality trait.
No,
we
it shouldn't.
glamorize it so much.
Don't you think as well, like so many of us, we become what we do rather than who we are because of that. And I think
That's so
that
true.
is
Like
a
we put so
massive
much
trait.
value
Yeah.
on what we do.
Yeah. Not of a who
That's
we are.
really true, because if you say to someone like, who are you?
You say your job, right?
They'll tell you your job. And I'm like, no, but who are you?
But like, yeah, it was so much more. Like,
Take
a woman,
that away from you.
You're a daughter. You're a sister.
Yeah, but even beyond that, but like, who are
Yeah,
you?
yeah.
It's not, oh, I'm a model, creator, speaker, confidence expert. Like, that's absolute bollocks.
That's a great who are you, though?
I
But,
mean,
you know.
fantastic, who are you? But
Yeah.
it's more, it's interesting. I think we're in this space of like, there's just so much social validation placed on being so busy.
Yes.
And this for me started when I worked in corporate. So I used to work in football management in Chelsea, which I know is so random. But yes, I used to work in football management, and it was an office of like 30 men. There was one other girl, she was a PA to the CEO, and then there was me. And it was just this constant culture, and I feel like people in office culture will have this constant like competition of how late you stayed in the office.
Oh, gosh.
And I
yeah,
used to
don't
join
know.
into it. I'd be like, oh my God, I was in the office until 9:30 last night.
I know.
And that became my whole identity of like, I'm working harder than you. I'm more tired than you. I'm busier than you.
It's not something to brag about, is it?
I
That's
know,
the
but
real-
this
yeah.
is where
No, I
we've got
agree.
to, where it's like no one brags about, I got 9 hours sleep. Like, I'm not going to clap for you if you got 9 hours sleep. Do you know what I mean? Like, well done. When does that ever happen? But the fact that you're
that,
so
though.
exhausted and you're working so hard has just become this massive badge of honor.
I agree
It's
on
ridiculous.
that. When I'm an accountant by trade, and I worked in.
Sorry,
I
you
know.
can never not make me laugh with that.
I know, it's so funny,
An account-
isn't it?
You look like an accountant now, to the rich and famous.
Top totty. Told you. Look at this.
Can you be
Yes,
my
thank
accountant?
you.
Because I got my corporation tax bill this week and I felt
Oh,
sick.
God, that makes me feel ill.
Yeah.
Anyway, in general. Anyway, I can help you. Of course I can.
Stunning.
Can do. But yeah, no, I was the exact same. And I even, I think I was like 19, 20 years old, just running an office. Like, it was an interiors brand as well. And, do you know, I just thrived off being busy.
Yeah.
But like, because people thought I was busy and doing well, it spurred me on. I
really
don't want to
bad,
do
isn't it?
that. Like, sod that. No.
No. It becomes our whole identity as well, I think.
Again,
You don't know
we
where
just-
you are outside of that.
Exactly. We work hard, but like, work better.
It's interesting for me. So when I do actually not switch off, because I always work when I do it, but I try and take like a few weeks solo trip at the start of each year. This year I went to Thailand, the year before I went to Bali, and I'll still be doing like my content and stuff. So I'm still working a little bit, but I do get to rest and like be a little island baby. And it's always so interesting for me because that's when I feel my absolute happiest.
Yeah.
And I'm not hustling. I'm eating coconuts on the beach and I do a couple of hours work a day and I've got complete balance, and it's the happiest I feel, and yet we don't focus more on that. Like if that's what makes you happy, and that's where you still got a sense of purpose, but you've got all of this balance and rest as well. I come back so rested.
I think that's
and I come back
really
to hustle
important.
culture.
This is it, but I think that's it. If you take yourself off to a different country where it is like that,
Sorry guys, I'm just taking my glasses off. Don't annoy me.
Like if you go to Bali or Thailand, obviously there's a lot of hustle out there, but for people like who work remotely, you don't get to see that hustle and bustle as much. You're just sat on a computer, you don't know what they're doing. That's great.
Yeah, but
no
then
pressure.
don't we all have this sense of like needing to prove ourselves?
Yeah, because don't you feel guilty when you take that time off?
So guilty.
Or like even when I was in Bali earlier last year, I was like, oh my God, I've just done 2 hours work, but I've earned some money and so I'm going to go to the beach and do this. I felt so much guilt for that.
It's crazy, isn't it? And it's with what I do with content, like sometimes I am crazy busy and then other times, like you say, I've just done 4 hours, I've created, I've edited, I've sent it over to the client for approval within 4 hours and I've made lots of money. And then I should just be like, okay, that's my work day done. Like,
great
good
stuff.
for you,
good,
girl.
Yeah, absolutely.
But instead I feel guilty and like I should be doing more.
Yeah.
But like, hang on, I've worked the last however many years, 2 decades, to get to a point where I can do 4 hours work and make that money and switch off.
Again, work smarter.
But I still feel guilty.
Yeah, I think we need to ditch the guilt. And how do we do that?
Why do we feel guilty?
It's just, again, because it's conditioned in us, especially in the England. Like
in the England.
I was going to say in the UK and I was like, England.
Not Wales.
Yeah, not Wales. Jokes.
I'm half Welsh. I can make that joke.
Can you actually?
Yeah.
I didn't know you were half Welsh.
Sophie Hughes. A Welshie. Anyway, let's talk about rest and
how
prioritizing
do you
rest. I mean, guys, I'm not the person to ask on this. I'm absolutely terrible at it. But
I'm pretty good at it nowadays.
I believe you've got some rest tips.
I do have rest tips. And I mean...
There's your notes.
They're here, but I don't even need to think it because I can reel it straight off. And I think have a nap.
Do you? Do you think that's a good... Yeah, okay.
Absolutely. 20 minutes nap is a game changer.
Oh, actually, this is funny. So we did a Simply Be runway together when we'd only just met. We'd had one meeting about the podcast and I told her where to go because I didn't have time to do it. She's like, do a podcast with me. I was like, absolutely not. And then we did a Simply Be modelling job together and it was a really long day. And we did I think we did 3 different shows. Like it was quite full on. And Kaylee took a nap in the middle of the floor. There was like 20 models. And Kaylee just curled up and took a nap for like 7 minutes. And I was like, everyone's like, what's she doing? I was like, just leave her to it. But you actually napped.
I napped.
How do you do that?
Let me tell you, I trained myself.
Okay.
I watched YouTube
because I can't nap. If I'm
YouTube
stressed.
Videos, I will put a link on here of a YouTube video that I listen to over and over because with our job, it's so intense and it is physical. Like I get exhausted, especially when you different cycles of your period and things like that. I just exhausted. You're modelling. It can be up to. I have done 110 dresses one day before.
Oh yeah, I've had all sorts of jobs. Like
That's
I've
what I mean.
worked in mental health hospitals. Like I've done lots of things, and modelling is one of the most intense jobs I've had.
Nap, honestly, 20 minutes, it's a game changer. You can't do longer than that though because you go into a deep sleep.
That's my problem. So I can't get to sleep for a nap. It takes me like 40 minutes and then I need at least an hour's nap.
It's about training your brain to do that. So I can send you a little YouTube.
Please do and I'll try.
Honestly, it's so mad. I did it the other day. I literally just fell asleep in 3 minutes.
I suppose it's like getting into a deep meditative state quickly.
Yeah, because you don't feel like you've napped, but you wake up
rested.
Absolutely, it's like a brand new day, and it is a game changer.
It's a brand new day.
And I'm sorry, we cannot. If you even have an hour in your break, you can have a 20-minute nap. I do it all the time. Like I said, I just fell asleep in the middle of a floor in front of models. I don't give a shit.
You did not
great.
give a shit. I literally put a coat over your head.
Did you actually? Oh, thank you. But I got up and I was like, boom, back at it. Energy levels were back up there. I think
as well when we talk about rest, it's important to have the self-awareness and listen to what you need because you're talking about physical rest. So if your body feels exhausted, take a physical rest. That's great advice. But also understanding what type of rest you need. So if your brain is frazzled and you've got a million tabs open, you need a mental rest. And that might be going outside for a walk without your phone or meditating or just deep breathing and having a minute. Usually away from screens because I feel like where we're at now, mental rest comes from the fact that you need just a minute off technology. And then also, this is a massive one for me, and you see this when we're doing the podcast. If I'm getting socially burnt out or burnt out from people, then I need a social rest.
100%.
So I will always take myself off. And this is why I struggle so much with modeling, particularly if I'm on like a big campaign. So I've got a campaign in Ibiza in a few weeks, and it's 5 days. And we're all staying in a house together. And I'm going to really struggle with not having social rest. Yeah. So I will need to be really conscious of listening to myself and giving myself those 10 minutes here and there. Guys, I'm going to take 10 and I'm just going to go for a little walk on my own.
Definitely set
because I need to recharge socially. So it's just understanding what type of rest you need.
I agree completely. That's what I was going to say as well. It's just go for a walk, go to the gym. I don't speak to no one in the gym, me. That is my rest.
No.
Weirdly, I know it's not a rest, but it is.
Oh, massive rest because I'm not on my phone.
Yeah.
And it's just me versus me. I love the gym for that.
I put my phone on airplane mode.
Yeah.
Do you know, what's your screen time like?
Outrageous, but I've just had a week off rest.
Yeah.
And I've come back and it was zero. Like I literally was on my phone for 20 minutes a day. And I've come back and I'm being really, really intentional about it.
Good.
It's very difficult for me because my job is social media.
Of course.
So my screen time is like 8 hours a day.
I know.
Because I've got 8 hours a day of working on my phone. So it's extremely high, but bringing that down is important.
I agree.
And then I think the other thing as well is making sure that you schedule rest. Like you do with work. Rest has to go in your diary. If rest isn't in my diary, it's not happening.
Like, why do people feel guilty about going into the bath and having a minute? It's crazy that, isn't it?
I know.
That is like, and you'll go, that's my rest time. That's my, no, it's not. That should be, go wash yourself. And have a minute without your phone. Like, come on, just have a minute. It's okay to do that.
Say fun again.
Fun.
So Yorkshire. But yeah, scheduling it in. So,
it's different when you've got children. For sure. We don't have children.
We are not equipped to talk on that.
No, we're not at all.
Let's talk about being neurospicy as a woman.
Well,
because research shows that women with ADHD report much higher rates of burnout and exhaustion. And it's all to do with masking. And I feel like masking has become a bit of a buzzword because everyone is talking about ADHD and everyone is self-diagnosing. And I don't actually think that's a bad thing, by the way. There's a lot of information out there that is now helping people understand themselves. But because of that, masking has become a bit of a buzzword. So let me kind of explain what masking is. It's when you have a neurospicy brain, but you try to come across as being normal. And I am an absolute pro at this. People are always so surprised when I tell them that I'm neurospicy because I am so overprepared. I am such an overachiever. And it's not obvious that the inside of my brain is absolute carnage and chaos every second of every day.
Yeah. That's why there's very high risk with men that are diagnosed, whereas women aren't because it's internal.
Yeah, there's a much higher rate of men who are diagnosed than women.
2 out of 3 men are more likely to be diagnosed with it than women. 75% of women go undiagnosed until adulthood. And the average age is 36 years old to get diagnosed with ADHD as a woman.
Wow, that's so interesting.
Midlife, and you've had to go through years and years of internal.
And it's because of masking. So I wasn't a fidgety little boy in school, which is kind of what we associate ADHD with.
Naughty boy.
That's not how it presents in women. And so then they go undiagnosed. Talk about getting diagnosed for you. What was that experience?
I've always kind of known that there's something amiss.
Yeah, like when did you realise your brain was different?
From a young age, very young age.
Right.
But then I'm an only child as well. So I always wanted to be around people. I was always very easy, first one to make friends with people because, I wanted to be around people and I had so much energy. Like I wasn't allowed sugar, growing up.
I'm not surprised.
I wasn't allowed.
I don't give you sugar now.
I know.
You asked for a second coffee and I'm like, no, she won't actually.
I weren't allowed sugar drops. You remember in the pearl drop? I think the pearl drops was like sweets. They were so nice. I weren't allowed them. I weren't allowed fizzy drinks.
Okay.
Obviously,
so your mum was on it,
but she didn't know what it was.
No,
she just thought hyperactive and a bit different. But never struggled with that. But then when it came to education, I actually found, and it makes me really sad. It shouldn't, but it does. I found an old school report. This was year 8, 9, and how the teachers spoke about me. I just thought, wow, if you had any knowledge of ADHD or anything to do with women, you would have. I am ADHD. Classic. To the point. I was like 18 out of 18 on my points. Classic. Of
She says this as she knocks her mic.
Bang.
So what did your school report say?
My school report was like, Kaylee needs to be more attentive in class. Kaylee needs to be turning up on time. Kaylee needs to be this. If she put her focus into this, she'd be so much better. My grades were like at B and A if I concentrated, but they were at D's and C's. That sort of thing, just timekeeping, unattentive, not really interested in it. And I just thought that's just standard.
Yeah, you've basically just written an ADHD diagnosis and not recognised it.
And never. And you know what? Also, a lot of the female teachers are sort of bitches. I'm going to say it. They were just not nice and kind about it. Do you know, as a woman now, I'm like, you were younger than me as well. Like, if you saw a girl like that, like, I'm not a bitch. I'm not trying to, like,
you weren't doing anything intentionally.
No, I
Your
wasn't doing
brain
anything
just works
intentionally.
differently.
Yeah. Like, if I can't figure something out, and also I will follow on this, I've not been diagnosed with this, but I 100% have it, dyslexia.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
And that comes hand in hand with ADHD.
Absolutely, yeah.
Like, but let me tell you, put me on a spreadsheet, computer, I'm absolute whiz. I'll make your website in an hour.
Well, classic ADHD, when you are, and I don't want to speak for you, but when you are... I'm just going to tell you all, this is the 3rd episode that we filmed today. And we don't normally film 3 episodes in a day because of Kaylee's ADHD, because it starts to get like this.
Get it in, I've just chucked my notes and knocked them out.
So it's interesting that we are filming an episode about ADHD whilst you are carnage in front of me. But
I love that.
Also, I love that.
Yeah.
And to put a positive spin on ADHD, what is an ADHD trait about yourself that you do love and you've sort of learned to be a superpower?
I think it's the fact that I can go into an organised chaos as well. I get shit done if I need to. I can multitask on different levels. And I think when you do have ADHD, and you are searching for the next best thing all the time, unfortunately, but I feel like I get a lot more done and I'm very open to change sometimes. This goes back to being spontaneous sometimes. I have to be, because I don't know any different about being organised, if that makes sense. And I can put together businesses and everything like that from that. And an average probably working brain wouldn't be able to do that. And they see very logical side to it. I don't.
I think there's a real disproportionate of people with neurospiciness in creative roles as well.
Massively.
Because we are not designed to sit at a desk 9 to 5.
Absolutely
we would
not.
get fired immediately.
Yeah. Well, this is what we're saying from the beginning. Both of us been in corporate jobs. Me and as accountant, are you for real?
If you were my accountant, I sat down in a meeting,
I'd be like, ding, 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 oh, book's gone here, go. But I'd also save you a hell of a lot of money because I'm good at numbers.
Absolutely.
Let me tell you.
Yeah.
But I couldn't physically do that.
Yeah.
And I think that goes as a superpower, Like,
and how old were you when you got your diagnosis?
I was about 27. I was quite late on.
That is late.
Yeah.
Given that you were so classic and it was so obvious.
I didn't have a clue about it. And I think, like you mentioned before, there's so much information going out on the internet now. Everybody's kind of, self-diagnosing. And that's great that there's information out
myself
there.
included, I don't have a diagnosis.
Would you want to go and get it done?
I've considered it, but I don't think I need to. So I didn't realise that I was different until I moved in on my own when I was 30.
Yes.
I moved back from Australia and I'd always... Not always, but my previous partner used to always put me down about certain elements of how I am and that I'm so particular and just all of these things. And he would always say that I was like really highly strung and things like that, because when the variables aren't a certain way, and this is why I don't kind of give it a label, because it could be a bit more on the autistic spectrum when you listen to this.
So I always say no.
But when I'm just spicy. But when things aren't a particular way, I can't then relax. That's why which one is it? One of them being upside down is like, that's in my brain now. I can't stop thinking about that because it's upside down. It's not right. So when I moved in, so he always would like put me down about it. But then when I moved in on my own, I realized that I do have these needs, but they don't make me a bad person. And actually that's just how I am. And it's because my brain works differently. And it was the first time I realized like normal people, not normal,
because
neurotypical people don't feel like that. Yeah. And that was really empowering to be like, hang on a minute. There's nothing wrong with me. I just don't operate the way other people operate. And for me, it is an absolute superpower. It's such a superpower because my attention to detail has got me to where I'm at in my life. But do you know what I mean?
It's very good.
And I've gone from being like, oh, I'm so anal retentive and I'm so stressed about this and to actually like, no, I'm an absolute attention to detail whore.
Yeah.
And it's got me really far and it makes me really good at what I do.
I mean, look at the majority of people as well. Neurospices, literally the most autistic people in the world are the most intelligent and richest people in the world.
Yeah.
Don't ever think that you're neurospicy can make you less than.
It doesn't have to hold you back.
It's funny you said that though about the partnerships, because I found in dating it really struggled. One of my ex-partners who, you know, I look back now, and at the time, I mean, he was a pain in the arse. He was so immature, but he really put me down for so many things about me.
Really?
And it was always, we used to have meetings every 6 weeks about how I made him feel about himself. Because,
meetings?
Yeah, I genuinely, we used to have to, we went to the pub. It was like a running joke at the end. I was like, this is ridiculous.
Can you tell me who this is? Whisper.
Yes.
If you're not watching the video, Kaylee just leant 1 inch to the side of her mic and said...
Yeah, it was awful actually.
Thought you might want to protect his anonymity.
I don't know. No, I don't want. No, maybe don't put that in. But yeah, no, he.
It's going in.
He was quite cruel with it because he didn't understand. But I didn't know at the time that I was. And he used to say things like, "What are you staring at? Why are you looking over there? Who are you looking at? Why are you doing this? What are you doing that?" And I was like, "What the? I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm not looking at anybody."
Nitpicking.
I wasn't looking at anybody. I'm looking in my own. Honestly, I remember once we went to a fancy dress party. It was his family's first time I was meeting all his family. We're staying at a nice place.
Yeah.
And I was looking at the bar thinking, oh God, like, what should I drink next? Oh my God. He just lost his shit, which he always did, always jealous about stuff. And he was like, who are you looking at? Why are you looking at them men? I was like, who? Well, I don't even see men. I'm looking at alcohol. Like
You do see men.
Well, yeah, but I wouldn't. I don't
No, I'm
want
joking,
relate,
but you weren't. But it was an ADHD
yeah,
thing.
and also I don't, when in a relationship,
No, of
that's the
course
last,
not.
but like, I'm looking at wine. Do you know, like that's the last thing I'm looking at.
the wine.
Do you know what I mean? I was like thinking, oh, what should I have next?
Oh,
Like, should I have a red
yeah.
or white? Like, what? There was nothing in my brain like that at all. And there were just so many things that he used to say, well, you've said it like this and you've done this to me. And I used to think, I haven't. What are you talking about? Like, and then I realized after we broke up anyway, I mean, you know, let's just put this one to bed. He cheated from the beginning, and it was his insecurities and his behavior that made him like that. Not
and
me.
just a lack of attempt to understand you. And there's no...
I didn't understand me though.
Yeah, and that's it. So I was going to kind of say, like, there's no blame in a sense of
no.
like, it's not his responsibility to understand you. But I think when it comes to neurospiciness, trying to be understanding of the people around you whose brains don't operate in the way yours do is just really, really important, because people aren't doing things with malice.
No.
Like, when you're neurospicy, there is no malice to it. That's not where it's coming from. It's just that person has, with ADHD, like, the best way to describe it is that person has 1,000 tabs open and they are diving in and out of each tab. So if I'm talking to you and you're looking over there, it's not because you're not interested in what I'm saying. It's because you've got so many tabs open and your brain won't allow you to be quiet and be present and listen.
That is a good analogy, actually, to think of it like that. I think it's very important to find a partner that understands that as well.
And someone who's patient.
Patience is so good. Yesterday, I mean, I had a massive meltdown.
Yeah.
And
I feel like you say that in every episode.
But it's the same day, isn't it? So we'll just go back to this. I had a meltdown a few weeks ago. And yeah, meltdown a few weeks ago. And my partner's still struggling to understand, but he's spicy anyway.
Is he neurospicy?
Oh, good God, yeah. Oh, yeah, but completely different. He's a boy. Man. He's a man.
Is he?
He's like, I can see him, but I see me as well because I've worked on it and I understand it. He doesn't.
You actually said to me as well when you guys first met that him being so ADHD has actually made you calm down
so much.
I mean, I can't even imagine the two of you.
Yeah, no, it's like, can you believe I'm the most organised?
You're the calm one.
Yeah.
But then maybe
they're not in ways, because when I had my meltdown,
emotionally not the calm one.
I went into a whirlwind, and he just were like, wow, I just need to take a minute away from you. Like, is that all right? Like, and then he come back, bless him, just so patient. And I said to him, do you know what? I texted him after saying, thank you for today. Do you know what? Feel great now. Thank you for your patience. Really appreciate you. Because, and I know that it's not a bad thing, but it's not always the best on
It's
the
not always
person.
the easiest.
No, it's not the easiest. No. Unfortunately, it's not.
No.
And it's how to deal with it, isn't it?
Would you, have you ever, or would you ever medicate your ADHD?
So this is what I've thought about quite a bit. But do you know now the list in the NHS, how long it takes to get diagnosed?
You are diagnosed.
I'm diagnosed, so I could get medicated.
Would you?
No, but there's a lack of medication in the UK.
Right,
You're talking maybe a year's waiting list for just the medication. The waiting list to get diagnosed is up to 5 years.
Wow.
So
that's crazy.
People are going to go undiagnosed for the next 5 years.
If you had access to the medication then, would you consider it? Have you tried it?
I went private anyway.
Okay.
That's what I was going to say. Private costs from £600 to £1,000 to get diagnosed.
Right.
But there still is a lack of the medication.
Yeah.
But you can, I think it's like, I don't know, about £400 or £500 a month or something ridiculous. If I was really struggling with it, And I have been to the point where I'm like, this is okay. This is getting too
So you've
much.
never tried it?
Once.
Oh, you have? Okay.
Yeah.
One day?
One
Right,
day.
okay, so I
it
don't
hit instantly.
Yeah.
I kid you
But
not.
you do have to give it a chance. It's like anything.
It was like, I can't explain it other than taking a pill that stopped everything else. I had one train track thoughts, which was fucking nuts. I was like, the voices have stopped in my head.
Yeah.
And I sound like, do you know, like years ago, I'd been taken to like
Yeah.
an
No, I know
institution.
exactly what you mean. Yeah.
I could home in on one person's conversation.
And how did that feel?
Crazy. I felt really scared.
You didn't like it.
I was like, what the fuck? But then it made me realise also, wow, is this how my head's been operating? No wonder I'm exhausted all the time.
This is how I should feel.
Yeah, just one thought at a
Focus
time.
on one thing.
I was, it was a modelling job actually, and it was one of the creatives. There was about 4 of us with ADHD on set. She was like, try it. She was German. She said, try it.
Right.
She was like, try it. And I was sat for 8 hours getting my hair bleached. Like, imagine me squirming away with my bleach on my head.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, sod it, let's try it. And it kicked in within the hour. And I just remember thinking, wow.
Oh, that's weird. It's like being on a trip.
It was literally like just like one focus. It was mad. But then when it stopped working after about 6 hours, I went back into woof. It was like, wow,
Okay,
it was a lot.
interesting.
So
And is it something that
need
you just
to
take once a day?
You take a couple a day.
Oh, right, okay.
That's what I mean. So it felt like it was instant, and then as soon as it was done, it was done. So you need to keep up with the medication.
Yeah, that's so
I'm not
interesting.
an expert in this at all. This is my own experience. We'd love to get somebody on though.
Yeah,
who
absolutely.
speaks
It's interesting
about
to hear
this.
your experience though, because I think it's so different for everyone with
Yeah,
medication. I've got
yeah,
friends
yeah.
who are medicated who absolutely love it and swear
Do
by
them.
it and couldn't live their lives without it. And then I've got people who, I don't want to say struggle through, but to an extent struggle through.
And this is it. My one thing I would say is because I had my laptop at the time and I had a business when I was doing it. And I remember thinking, struggling for ideas here.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
I did think that.
Okay, the creativity.
In that small time, I was like, oh shit, like, oh God, I can't.
I've got no thoughts.
Yeah, I was like, what?
Interesting.
It was really weird. So for me, I didn't want to numb down the creative side of me, but I get you need to also not suffer because we suffer in silence.
And we
Humans.
mask.
We do, yeah.
Let's flip the switch a bit and let's talk about resilience.
Yes.
So I want to talk about the messy side of resilience because it kind of comes off the back of ADHD and it comes off the back of exhaustion.
Yeah.
And I think the whole purpose of this episode for me is to make people feel a bit more normal.
Yeah.
Like life is hard and it's messy and we're all struggling in our own ways.
Yeah.
And we all put out there that everything's so perfect and everyone's smashing goals. And I think we talk about resilience as being this kind of like bounce back, glamorized, like she's so resilient.
Oh gosh, like social media, Instagram right now. What the hell? It
I
shows these
know.
before and after, but it didn't show the messy bits in between.
I know. And I think
that's influencers though that are to blame for that. We're
I
not
mean,
perfect.
it's influencers. It's not influencers like an individual.
No.
It's
Just as a whole.
It's the way,
as a whole.
It's the way society has gone that everyone feels they have to depict this perfect little life.
Yeah.
But I do feel
Get
like
ready
there
with
is
me
a
at 6 a.m.
massive, there is a massive shift in the other direction now.
Yeah.
Whereby people don't want to follow that anymore. It's not
they
interesting.
don't. I know. I don't want to see perfect people on
No.
Instagram. It's literally not real life.
No.
And what are you doing in between when you're setting up your camera at 6 a.m. to go do to do your rituals?
Yeah.
You
But
know,
also when
let's
we talk
be real.
when we talk about resilience, we're not showing the messy middle. But more than that, we're not talking about the messy middle. We're
No.
talking about resilience as being the bounce back. But what about the crying on the kitchen floor? What about the rejection emails? What about
gosh.
the
Yeah.
loneliness?
Yeah.
Surely that's where the resilience is. Surely that's where the
That's where
resilience
you
is
learn.
built.
That's where it's built. Yeah, that's where you learn to be resilient.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, to be resilient, you have to go through some hardships.
Mm.
You really do. You can't. It's like asking for the universe or God to give you strength. How are you going to get strength if you've not gone through the hardships? And I do think when you have some sort of like neurospicy, we go through that every single day in our heads. Anyway.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you're always preparing for the worst anyway.
Yeah.
What's a time when you feel like you've hit rock bottom and had to rebuild from there and resilience has grown through that?
I think mine has been relationships.
Okay.
for
Relationships
sure.
ending.
Yeah. but also my businesses.
Oh,
you know,
God, yeah. There's nothing more heartbreaking
you-
than ending of a business.
the business is the worst because when you put your heart and soul into
Yeah.
it, like literally put
I
everything
could literally
into
cry
it.
thinking about that.
Yeah. Like, and I try not to. I've done my therapy on it, so it's okay. But loss of money and things like that, it's been horrendous, and people don't understand that unless you've had that, and that's all you've got to fall back on in your life.
And also the loss of your dreams.
Yeah,
because
true.
it's like you've put so much into a business and you're on this amazing trajectory and you're looking at making 2 mil next year and 3 mil a year, blah, 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 and then it's gone. And then COVID hits and it's like, bam, done.
Well, that's exactly what mine did as well. And you were the same way. You were in Australia.
Yeah.
COVID was a big shake-up, I think, for a lot of people, especially self-employed. It's really fucked a lot of us over.
Do you know
but it
what?
also
It was the
made
best
people
thing
grow.
ever for me.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you changed your whole life, didn't you?
Yeah, I mean, I moved back from Australia during COVID, liquidated my business, started doing what I'm doing now. Like I was just a completely different person pre-COVID. And it taught me everything that I know today. Like it made me the woman that I am today. And when I was in it and I was in the messy middle, it was awful. But I think for me, resilience is the showing up anyway. Like that first year when I moved back from Australia is the hardest year of my life. Categorically the hardest year of my life. Heartbreak, liquidating my business, moving in on my own, figuring out my brain was different. It was awful. It's the lowest I've ever been. Potentially the lowest I will be, I hope.
Yeah.
And it was so good for growth.
I know, unfortunately it is, yeah. It's funny you say that though, because that was one of my years. That was the starter of it, yeah. That's
we didn't know each other then. We could have cried on the kitchen floor together.
I know. It's crazy,
that,
isn't it?
We glamorise being strong too much? Oh,
God, yeah, like strong, empowered women. Yeah, do you know what? It's amazing to be that, but to get to that is hard. Like, it really is, and we don't speak about that enough, I don't think.
I think as well, for me, like, what does that even mean? Like, it's such
what
a
is a strong, powerful woman?
Because I think...
Well, because you show up, that's strong to me.
But like strong, I think we kind of associate with being like, they never cry and they never show emotion and they're always okay and they always show up anyway. But surely strength is the vulnerability.
Oh, 100%. I think being a strong woman is vulnerability.
Yeah. And being willing to show the vulnerability. I think this is as well when we talk about men's mental health.
Yes.
So many of the issues that come when we talk about men's mental health is their lack of ability to show vulnerability.
It is,
because of the way that they've been raised and because of the way society is.
Yeah.
And because it's not okay for a man to walk in the office and break down crying, but it's okay for a woman to cry in the office.
Yeah, it shouldn't be like that at all. I think, to be a strong man, you need to have an emotional side to you.
Oh my God, I love it when men cry. Don't you?
I feel like...
Because I'm like, well done for
No,
showing your emotions.
God, absolutely, yeah. I think
if you sit here and cry now, that's okay.
Yeah.
And if you're a man sat in front of me crying, that should be okay.
I think actually, I don't know why as well, I'd feel it more stronger for a man to do that.
Yeah.
Because
absolutely.
they're taught not to.
You're in a very healthy masculine.
Yeah, I was about to say that comes down to the masculine and feminine again, doesn't it? And I think to have proper masculine and just to be comfortable in that, you need to be able to show every single side to you. And that, unfortunately, is a vulnerable side that makes you resilient and empowered. Because sitting and crying all the time as a woman anyway, that's not going to make you strong, hon.
How often do you cry?
Not very often.
Do you not?
No, I'm not much of a crier. I genuinely...
Have I seen you cry? I don't think I have. Have you seen me cry?
No.
Oh, interesting.
No.
That's weird.
I was going to say we've gone deep into conversations.
God, why are we not crying?
I would cry anything
cry?
to do with animals.
Oh, yeah. The dog dies in a film.
Oh, I told you now, I dreamt about my cat that died as well, like 5 years ago, and it still makes me want to cry. That actually really makes me want to cry now. Oh God, that actually does. That would. But anything else, I think, because I've built resilience up so much from everything that's happened in my past.
But you can be resilient and cry.
You can, but I can't do it. It won't come. Do you know how many times I've tried to cry when I really need to cry?
You're like Cameron Diaz in The Holiday.
Told you, I've said this before, I think.
You look like Cameron Diaz in The Holiday right now, actually. That's the energy you're giving. You know, she is hoity-toity.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah,
she is,
and she gets with Jude Law. Love that Jude Law.
Do you?
Do you not? In The Holiday?
Yeah, in The Holiday. I was going to say, not like, I mean, he's a beautiful man, isn't he? And
when he does Mr. Napkin Head. Oh, he's so emotionally intelligent.
He is in that. I don't know about real life. His character,
what's his name in
his
that?
character. I don't know actually.
I'm sure it'll be on the screen.
Well, the second one will be coming out, won't it? Later
yeah, but it's not the same characters.
What?
No, it's not Jude and that. It's like it's based on the same story.
No,
it's not the same characters.
I'm gutted.
I know, rubbish.
I don't.
It was just clickbait.
That.
And if you clicked the bait, then you found out very quickly that it was just boring.
Oh, I didn't click the bait. I just thought, I'll wait for that next year. But no, I don't think we've seen each other cry. No, and I do struggle to cry. I remember once my auntie telling me, always sticks in my head, like, after 30, you lose your tears. And I was like, I come from a very strong farming background. FYI, we don't cry.
That's interesting.
But that's what I mean. That's probably in me a little bit.
I think we're very similar in that way.
I can be very vulnerable. I'm very open. I will tell you everything, and it struggles. Like, me and my boyfriend had an argument weeks back, and I should have cried. I don't know
definitely
why.
should have cried.
And I was like,
did you not cry then?
No, I forced it.
Oh.
I had to pretend I got a tear coming. Because I thought, my God, I am literally Cameron Diaz.
Oh my God.
And I was like, why?
Demand.
Do you?
Yeah. I'm not going to do it, but I can cry on demand.
I'm like, please do you want to cry?
I can cry on demand, which is great.
Yeah. That's
it's great
good.
when I was little.
Yes,
Just get what I want, yeah.
His little
like my
diva.
little 3-year-old niece. And
Sophie
she's like,
Dharma.
Yeah. Oh yeah, such a
On the
Sophie
floor.
Dharma. I wasn't an only child, but I was the youngest child. And my brother and sister are like 7 and 8 years older than me. So it's basically an only child for a lot of it. Like I didn't have anyone to play with or whatever.
Yeah.
So I was right spoiled, bro.
Maybe because I was an only child, but I was complete opposite. Because, maybe, and again, the ADHD, I just wanted like loving and stuff. I wasn't really a sad little child.
So cute
So I
thinking
did
about
cry.
little Kaylee.
Have you seen me when I was younger?
No.
I was bald as a coot till I was 5. I was the ugliest little
You
thing.
were bald when you were 5?
It was like, honestly, started on growing
You were
hair.
bald?
I will show you photos. I only had a little bit of hair on top till I was about 5.
You went to school and you were bald?
Well, I ended up looking...
Did you have something wrong with you?
No, but my mum definitely jinxed me. She said she didn't want a hairy baby coming out because my mum and dad are so dark. And then I didn't have it. Honestly, it's so funny. Like my auntie's always said, like she was rubbing everything into my hair to make it grow for years. And now, like,
now you're
everywhere.
well hairy.
I know. Honestly, I was like ugly kid. Little kids was. You're not gonna find. No,
You were
don't.
not
I'm
an
not
ugly
joking.
kid.
My friends laugh all the time.
Oh, I can't imagine you as an ugly kid. Well,
but anyway,
you've blossomed.
maybe that's why I don't cry.
I think when we talk about strength as well, it's a bit of a survival tool. Do you know what I mean by that?
Absolutely do, yeah. But do you want to explain it?
I just think it's so important to build up your resilience. And it's so important to have that in your toolkit because at the end of the day, when you're going through something, you have to be strong. And I think we kind of will say to women, oh my God, you're so strong. When people say to me, you're so strong, I'm like, what other option do you think
exactly.
I have?
Do you want me to sit and
Yeah.
cry
Do
in
you
the corner?
want me to just stay in bed for the rest of my life? Because I don't have a choice but to be strong.
Exactly.
I have to show up when shit is going down. Who else is going to show up for me?
Do you think, especially with like when you are a bit neurospicy, that we have, because we've had to build on that so much and not know who we are for years, thinking there was something wrong with us, that we've put the masking, we've put this massive wall up. I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I've been traumatized in lots of different ways, but like that especially, just not knowing who I am. And also having, and I'll say this very much with friends and stuff, oh, it's just Kaylee. Oh, she's late again. Oh, she's done this. Oh, she's done that. Oh, she's not done that. Like I've had that for so many years. I was bullied for a long time as well. Bullied for years. And
because you're so misunderstood.
So misunderstood and just different. And that's fine. Like that's my superpower now because I'm like, I've turned that into a positive and that's what you need to do. I'd never be the victim. I've been a victim, but I'll never act the victim now because I don't need to be.
No.
We don't need to do that. We're going to sit and cry over spilt milk. Like, no,
do you know what it is
like,
as well?
move forward.
Really brutal here, but no one cares.
No.
I hate to say that, but like everyone is so preoccupied with their own shit and their own trauma and their own problems. No one goes home and sits around and thinks about your problems. No. That just is not the world we live in.
Unless it's like, your family.
Of course, unless you're going through a major trauma. But I'm talking day to day.
No, they don't.
If you've had an argument with your boyfriend today and you tell me all about it, I'm not going home and being upset about that. I've got my own life to live. I've got my own things to think about. So no one cares.
Yeah.
So you playing the victim doesn't serve you in any way. It doesn't get you anywhere to not be strong and not be resilient. And I think it is such a superpower. And also it allows you to survive and then it allows you to take the lessons on the other side of it.
I agree.
Got an episode.
I know. God, it got deep then, didn't it?
A bit deep. I think it was this outfit.
Top totty.
Thanks so much for listening to Curveball, the podcast. We love having you here.
Feel free to throw us a curveball of your own. We'd love to hear your stories, questions, or dilemmas.
If you enjoyed today's episode, make sure you hit follow, subscribe, and leave us a review.
And share it with a friend who'd love a little curveball in their life too. See you next time.